Hello and welcome to another community build review, or just sussing out other people's builds in Outpost Infinity Siege. We got some really awesome bases lined up, and we're going to touch bases on some of those things we covered in the last video that I wasn't so sure about, just so we can all be on the same page here, because some of the things I thought weren't possible absolutely are, and there's some really cool things that you can do. So we're going to take a look at that. If you do enjoy these videos, let me know in the comments. Subscribe, like, that really helps, goes a long way. If you want to feature your build in this sort of format, or you have any comments on how I should do this better, again, let me know. Flick me an email or hit me up on Discord, and that would be sweet. I'll get into covering more of these soon. So that's it for me. Let's jump in. Let's get into it. I almost forgot to say thank you to all those people that emailed me their base codes. I really appreciate that. That's the easiest way for me to collect these sort of videos or get these bases. So appreciate it. Okay, so this first one we're starting off with is something special, very unique design, and this one is by Sampsa. This is an incredible, uniquely shaped build, and we're going to go and have a look at this, but check this out. Now, this is called Zeus, and it is an absolute monstrosity in a kind of a tank shape, I believe. But look at this. Look at how he's used some of the crates as tracks on a tire, on a tank. Oh, it's got a mech bay in there. Holy shit, this is incredible. This is absolutely wild. What the hell? Definitely one of the more unusual builds. Let's take a closer look. Now, the time and attention to detail to something like this is definitely respectable. We need an off and on the red. It ruins this glorious build, but let's have a look. Oh my god. So he's got the crates on these amp racks. Oh, what beautiful. Now, he will be probably, yeah, so there's a trick. In the last video, I was saying how are these people doing these crazy builds where things are overlapping. It's actually a very common technique to use that I didn't know about. So I was just a big noob, and that's why I was just like, oh my god, how do you do this? But it's actually really easy. I'm going to show you in another building tutorial video and go through all the stuff that I've learned. But check this out. This is wild. This is absolutely incredible. The attention to detail is next level. Look at the hellfires. Hellfires are facing down. Oh man, this is brutal. This is using the is it the new ramps? What is that attached to? Sorry, I'm going through this in no kind of order, but let's just, what the hell is that attached to? Oh, there's some different tricks being used here. Hold on, let's get the x-ray out. How the hell has he done that? They look like ramp. Is it ramps? Oh yeah, there you go. Ramps on top of ramps. Oh yeah, there they are. Damn, that's mental. It'd be actually awesome to see this in action. Maybe down the track, I'll be able to show you, but this is wild. Okay, so let's just we might start from the top because it's glorious. We'll just go around and have a look. Got so many of the twin barrels. He's got, is that 5? Yes, 5 of the 406 mil. I love how these twin barrels are like encapsulated in the base. Obviously, it's ignoring a lot of the building rules, but looks freaking wild. Look at this box right here, intersected. Like, you can't get more broken than this in terms of using that exploit, but damn, has it worked. Some magic. Absolutely sensational. Far out. And this is like, you can do this in a lot of games. It kind of reminds me in Starfield, which I know a lot of people probably hate, but you could do some crazy overlap on modules, and just because of that, the builds you could do just were mind-blowing, and this is one of them. This is absolutely incredible. Now, I'm just wondering if these are fed by some kind of ammo. Oh, they are. Oh shit, yeah, they are. Oh damn, let's have a look at his conveyor belt. It's probably some magical bean. How many ammo loaders do you think are right here? Oh, it's only one. Okay, because you can overlap it. You could have duplicate ones here, but here's his conveyor belt. Oh, okay, just a very nice, simple design. Yeah, very nice. It's very simple, but highly effective. And he's probably got another one just here. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be absolutely stunning to watch in action. I'd love to see all these twin barrels go off. Now, we've got the shells that recently came in, so it'd be interesting to see if these are hooked into a belt system yet. They are. Actually, they are. Oh, well, that's really nice. Hang on. Damn. He's got the same belt system that's feeding these hellfires. Very sneakily feeding into the... Oh, and he's got shell makers down there as well. Is that right? Shell makers. Hey, no shell makers. But sure, he can fit them in somewhere. Holy bejeebers. This thing is just wild. Look at it. I love how he's got plenty of the vertical springboards everywhere. Jumping around. Now, where the hell's his core tower? Can anyone... Oh, there it is. It's right here. Built up like a little sort of pyramid. Now, I wonder how much health it has. 2,000 health. Oh, yeah. I thought the stairs might have given it... Oh, I guess they're not technically... Are they connected to it? I don't think they're connected to the actual... No, wild. Okay, that's pretty cool. So how is he going to access his core tower? Oh, very nice. Okay, very easily. Shit, this is it. You can just come through any area. This is really accessible as well. Wow, look at this. It's just everything's open. You can go in. What's downstairs? What's down in the basement, huh? What do you think we're going to find? Oh, it's just actually the core tower. Very nice. And lots of entries and exits. He's got a door. Look at the door. It looks like you're coming out of a spaceship that's just landed. Pop out of there and you're into the action. This is brilliant. Now, I can't remember if I can share the import code. I think I can with this base, so I will include it in the file if you want to check this out. But you just have to marvel at the dedication this would have taken. The sheer amount of placing all these in these sort of ways would have taken a long time. And he's got the nice little little trick again that we've seen in the other videos where you got the ammo loader popping through and just feeding everything. Oh, it's just glorious. What a masterpiece. Unfortunately, when they do fix this overlapping glitch, you know, it's going to be much harder to build bases like this. So get in while you can. Or maybe there'll be a toggle on or off or a mod where you can remove it. But this is a good example of why you'd want to keep it in the game, because you get bases like this. This thing almost looks like it should be moving in motion. Could you imagine this running around the map, just firing and everything? That would be next level. Putting the base on some kind of track would be crazy. It'd change the game. That'd be something cool to consider. But yeah, just absolutely stunning. Got everything you need. It's got a very respectable value of 1,300,000. So actually, it's not like in terms of price, that's not that crazy. But look at it. There's a sheer volume of panels and stuff. Let's have a look. We can kind of get a gauge of what I don't have. Okay, he hasn't actually used that many ramps. He used a ton of armored walls, but most of this is just lots of little tiles and everything combined together. And other than that, it's quite a relatively compact build in terms of price. It's got a nice power though of 5,700. That's really good. So he's probably got his first floor. Now he could use the overlapping on the batteries as well. So it'd make a lot of sense if that was the case. So the batteries are overlapped, so that allows him to squeeze in more. Oh no, they're not overlapped. My bad. Okay, so he's just been able to squeeze so many batteries. How? I thought that would cause an overlapping rule. Maybe not. Doesn't look like it at all. Nah. Wow, that's just perfectly are they on tiles? Yeah. Okay, shit. Just perfectly compact. Brilliant. I guess I've been building mine on pillars, so I haven't had this kind of closeness. I haven't had them so compact, but very, very nice. He's able to squeeze so much power into here. And because he doesn't have technically a whole ton of hellfires and weapons, it's not going to drain on his power too much. And a very respectable core power of 3,000, which at the moment is pretty much what you're aiming for. But sensational. I love how he's also got a mech bay in the back here. Gotta love mech bays. Very nice. Now we'll have to see. Oh, look at this. How many's he got? 1, 2. He's got 8 of the bad boys. Holy bejeebers. All Vanguard. And if you put all he needs to do now is add those conveyor belts and you can just eject them all onto there and send them out. That is wild. I almost might have to jump into a game with Senpai just so he can show me around his base. This thing is wild. But anyway, enough of me saying it's just wild. It's just a really creative and very nice base and you can really appreciate it. It just looks glorious. And we'll just see if there's any other little interesting details that we might have missed, but it looks otherwise for the most part very cool and a good use of some very interesting components to actually build something truly unique. So love these kind of builds. Definitely up there with some of the best and fantastic. I just want to quickly change the paint to I think what its intended color is. It might be the night camo. But look at that, brutal. Doesn't that look terrifying? And if we keep changing the colors, you can get an idea. It just looks pretty wild. Now, I wonder if we go all the way down to here and have a look and just look up. Absolutely. Imagine seeing this come towards you. Probably be pooping your pants. And here we go, lightning. That looks pretty cool. So just before we move on, we probably should check out how he's built this very nice little tank track or what appears to be the tank track. Very, very convincing though. Definitely got the pattern and everything going. Pretty smart idea how he's got the amp rack serial storage. Now for the amp rack, pretty genius, because it's nothing too kind of elaborate, but he's just managed to get so much onto here, really utilize all the space so well. We've got some armored tiles, ring barriers. We just like drip all this back, see what's inside the track. He's even got some of the advanced armored walls. That's really smart. Got the armored tiles here connect to barriers, 2 layers of them. Pretty tough. That would be kind of brutal to get through. And then that top layer is ever so slightly lifted. Pretty nice little space that he's got here just using the barriers. So there you go. That's sort of how it's, yeah, that will just delete a little bit more and get down to that. So lots and lots of armored walls here, quite a few, and then that's pretty much it. And then he's squeezed in whatever else could. Very, very cool. Anyway, we'll move on to the next build. This was very, very impressive. This next one was emailed to me by Vazard117, so thank you very much for reaching out and sending this to me. The base is titled 11th RONIN, and what an exquisite, symmetrical, and beautiful little cockpit there in the middle as well that attaches to the core. So this is looking pretty wild too. Really nice use of the platforming for the 4 406 as we spin around and we get a good look. It's nice. It's even got a nice little entry with some little miniguns at the top. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's take a bit of a closer look ourselves now. You got to say, look at this when you look at it from the top here. So another build that's valued at about 1.3 mil, 5,000 power, 13,000 core power though. What? How? That is incredible. Something's going on here. This is, or has he just got 2 levels packed full of called storage crates? It does look like he's been able to pack in a ton of stuff here. What? How did he get the core power so high? God, I love how he's done his ammo maker. Look at that. That is beautiful. Very well designed here. Look, he's got his conveyor belt system, so it's a nice little compact one that just feeds all around it. He's really stretched the limits here. You can't really go much further than that in terms of reach. So brilliantly done, and he's used a combination of the boxes, which he's then got some barriers on. Very, very cool. The barriers didn't what's it called, freak out from not being sorted. Oh, is that because they're attached to the ramps? Oh, very nice. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so now I was still wondering how he's been able to fit so much core power in it. Let's just have a look at his different levels. So weapons, and what is over here? It's like more batteries. Is this all full of batteries? Okay, wow. This is why. Because most of his base is just freaking batteries, generators, and lots and lots of pillars. So okay, it makes a lot of sense then. Just beautifully hidden in this design. I love how he's got the 406s on top there, and he's got this what does look like almost like a ship decking, hey, or a control room, command center. So if we go in, he's got here, right, delete. So that's why he's got so much. Look how many small generators fitted into this. Small generators, 738 that I don't have. Whoa, crazy. And absolute monster of a build here. But let's have a look at this. This looks really, I really like the control room. Got these nice little compact rooms where he's feeding his 406s with 3 shell makers by the looks of it. Yeah, just the 3. But isn't it cool? It looks so well put together. The attention to detail in this build is phenomenal as well. Like, it is gotten everything in so, he's really tried to maximize his generators. He's got so much generators. It's just crazy. Freaking generators everywhere. If there's a space, what do? You fill it with a generator. Absolutely mind melting. You know how like placing all those generators just takes forever. Funny. Or you sit there sometimes and I'm like, what am I doing with my life right now? You just spend like hours just placing like little small tiles together or little generators. Anyway, you probably feel the same sometimes, but the end result is worth it because this is so cool. Now I want to see this little control room where he's got all his little core deciphers, and he's got a bunch of them. Not over the top, just enough. You don't want too much because these things consume quite a lot of power, so you don't really need too many of them, or you don't really want to. But I've only just started using this compact outpost, and that is so much fun and a really, really cool way to do it. Combat cover, but a really nice room, and so well put together. What else has he got in here? Just go one floor down and have a look. So a nice little space again where he can access his core tower. Nice. And this is the view from the control room. Isn't that cool? You could just sit in here AFK some of the infinity mode, just let it all happen. Nice little room here to enjoy it from. It'd be almost cool to put the that control module, what is it, the turret override in here, and then just sit and fire and control the whole base. That'd be pretty rad, although it might be too high, you can't see everything, but that's pretty nice. Cool idea at least. But this is absolutely sweet little setup, and I really enjoy these kind of builds where you have these beautiful, nicely placed platforms, especially for the 406 mils. This base looks stunning. Compared to my base, it's an absolute schmozzle. I really appreciate how people get there so symmetrical and well designed, and everything's hidden. Like, everything's tucked under, like below deck almost, with your ammo makers and the conveyor belt. So it just looks really, really clean, simple, well thought out, horrific design. And look, all the drones are here. Just phenomenal. This is a really good one to use for touring as well. It's just got everything you need. Anyone can jump in and just get the hang of it. The door straight to the core. What could you want more? I'm selling albums if anyone's interested. They're coming out soon. But yeah, what a wild time. Absolute brilliant. And we'll keep going on from here. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can share this one, so I won't put this in the file just yet until I get some confirmation, because I definitely don't want to overstep. But Vezard, what an achievement. Well done. Go on to the next one. Just before we move on, it's unfortunate that, you know, I can't load into these and have a really good look, because there's all these little details when you start looking at bases like this, and you get to appreciate like all the well thought out little bits. Like this room room here. Perfect to have at the front of your base when you just need to like put some health down or get some material converters going or whatever you need. It's all nicely packed in this room that's extremely accessible. So those sort of little touches are masterful and really help with touring and just makes things so much quicker and effective. And then you got a straight shot straight to core and you can dump what you need in there. So it's just like, mwah, beautiful. Okay, one last thing I just noticed before we go on is that he's got his damage amplifiers attached to his machine gun. I wonder how good they are when you have lots of damage amplifiers. That's a good test I'm going to run. We'll do it in another video, but it's pretty funny. It's probably pretty good. Probably a lot better than we think. I mean, you'd imagine. Okay, that's it. Let's do it. Next one. Every time I import a base, I'm getting a little bit scared that this is just going to blow up my computer or save file because it's getting a little bit slower every time. But some of these files are 5 meg and I did a backup of my complete save folder and it was like, I don't know, multiple gigs now. So getting pretty sketchy. Let's see if we can keep importing before we break the game. I will be the test case to see how many bases you can import before you lose it all. The sacrifices we must make. Talk about bases that are going to break your computer. This next one from BlackDragon will probably do just that. This thing has some of the highest stats that I've seen and look at it. It is incredible. What the hell? He's got how many 406s? We got 2, 5. 5 plus 3 equals how much? 8. And whoa, what an insane amount of health. Did we check this base out already? Is this looking a bit familiar to another one we've checked out? I just copied this from the Discord. This might be a little bit similar to the one we covered before. I could be wrong, but let's have a quick look because it looks a bit different, at least in my mind. Just go into it. It'd be so funny if I'm covering the same base. Well, okay, it just ruined my save. I went exit. Holy bejeebus. Holy, it's a 4.8 million build. I don't think we've seen this one. Holy shit. That is, you know how much time that would take? This thing must have taken a week or two just to build the bloody thing. I know you, like, however you get here to build it, that's up to you, but just the fact of building it, that is some serious time and there's no way to cheat that. That is for sure. But this is probably the biggest, most expensive build I've ever seen. 20k power, 14,000 core power. What? Oh my god, I could just go in my head, think of how long this would have taken. The absolute mind-boggling mental monstrosity. If you want the most overpowered base, at least that I've seen so far, this has probably got to be it. This is beyond, it's inconceivable is what this base is. This is a lifetime of dedication in real world time, like absolutely crazy. I just wonder quickly, why is the you got the turret override here? Can you see though? You can't see anything. You won't be able to. That's why it needs to be up high, like build it on the very top. But it's hard to get a build where it's like actually any good. It's a little bit of fun to muck around with, but you're not going to spend much time in there. But let's take a look at this base. Now, is pretty much almost used the or is it? I'm pretty sure you can go a little bit higher than this. You can get very close to touching the ceiling. So maybe you could go one more level, possibly. Let's have a look. You might not be able to. I tell you what though, my computer's struggling with this one. Yeah, it looks like it's actually the max level. Yeah, can't go any higher. Wow, so he's got the max height you could possibly get. He's got everything you could ever possibly dream of. And just the sheer craziness of this. Like, obviously this was not done in the natural ways, but if it was, freaking unreal. That's just, with how many hours I've got in, I just don't see how it'd be possible. Maybe with a gang of people, but regardless, the time it takes is just mind-blowing because it does really take a long time, but you get a finished product like this. Could you imagine taking this through the infinite mode? I've seen or heard stuff on Discord, people getting to level 50, and I imagine this would be one of the bases that would get you there, if not to way past that. Now, one thing though, like, I don't see any point to have smart mortars in the infinite mode because they become next to useless in my experience, unless you got lots of damage amplifiers on them. They pretty much do next to no damage in the end, but that's just one observation I have. But it does fill it out and make it look a lot nicer. I don't know if you reckon there would be a better option here. Let me know in the comments. Maybe the Sea-Wiz would be better. These guys got a bit of good range, but they're pretty damn weak in infinite mode after the first few waves. But look at this. It's just mind melting how much stuff he's got in here. Look at all the smart mortars. This would look so cool to watch though. All these mortars going off in real time would probably blow up most PCs because it is just crazy. And my PC's struggling with this. I don't see how you could fit on much more than this. We're probably looking at like the most value you could possibly get without like using some crazy tricks, probably like between 5 and 6 mils, I imagine. Because I mean, from my experience, spending way too much time getting 3 mil was struggle. Getting to 4.8 and higher, that's just something else. A lot of stuff behind the hood here. Not to mention, like, he's got so much stuff. His battery rooms and his core must be like, he must have used the duplication or the trick where you can have multiple things attached. Let's go have a look, because that's kind of interesting to think about how his engine room gonna work. Because how are you gonna power all this and have such a high core power? That doesn't make any sense to me. You'd have to have so much. A bit hard to see it all. Hold on. Okay, so we got this level. If we go down one, okay, batteries. Now, are the batteries aren't overlapping. Okay, well, there we go. Just answered my own question. He's got, whoa, he's so many batteries. Holy bejeebers. He's just got, shit, look at the damage amplifiers. Talk about free build mode. This is nuts. I actually have some more things in him. Look at my auto. I got 30 auto loaders. I love it. But you can see he's got shit ton of batteries. Okay, so that would explain the core power and everything like that. The material crates, he's got a whole heap of material crates. Whew, I've got a lot, but he's got way more. Damn, absolutely insanity. Oh, geez, I'm just like sitting here going, the time this would have taken literally would have been weeks, I reckon. This is just time and time to do this. Even however he did it, this is something else entirely. I just, it's just, look at it. It's a fortress of just materials and walls. It's mind-blowing. Gosh, and look how many nukes he has. Tons and tons of nuke. You got a nuke silo as well. I find these completely useless though, because you can't use them in the infinite mode unless you stop all your ammo makers. Unless you get to maybe really late game or really like wave 50, you might start using them. But at the moment, they're kind of useless. But the smart mortars, man, this would be a sight to see. I'll have to try and jump onto a game with BlackDragon. Is it BlackDragon? Yeah, BlackDragon, and to see this in action, because this is just PC destroying good. Now, we can't go into too much detail. There's just way too much here. We'll just have a look around briefly, but you can just get an idea that this is in its own little category. I'd love to see it in action. And if we step down, it's just got walls and walls of everything. It's a terrifying fortress. You would not want to come across this. And if we go down, he's just used a ton of damage amplifiers. It'd be really interesting to see how efficiently this runs. You'd probably have to really worry about how you micro your ammo makers, because having this many damage amplifiers attached to these hellfires, one of these alone is going to be using like, I don't know, 5 or 10 ammo makers just by itself. So I don't understand how he's going to be feeding this. He doesn't have that many really in respect to how many I have. So I'd be interested to see how this actually works in operation. But look at this. He's got a beautifully, nicely kept and hidden auto loader here. And we should have a quick look at the belt system, because it's always good to admire the belt systems. Working those in is always the some of the challenging parts of the build. So we'll just see where we can get a good gander at it and see if it's a multi-leveled or if it's just going across one level. Okay, so here we are. We got the belt sim and we got tons and tons of ammo makers. Yep, all ammo makers, and it goes all the way around. It looks like it's just like one little section. Oh no, it does. It looks like, okay, we got a square. We got a square that goes around the base of his ammo collectors. That's feeding it all. Really nice setup. Very similar to some of the other builds that we have. It's a highly efficient way, and maybe that is why it works so well, because it's just so efficient, and soon enough you would have so much overflow. Depending how you've designed the base, you can sort of struggle with your ammo at the start. But I'm just wondering how we would do it, because at the beginning of infinity mode, you would have no ammo because the first few hellfires would be taking every single ammo. But yeah, it'd be actually interesting to see this work in real time. Is it actually viable? How much would you have to micro everything? But from the look side of things and the power, it is, you know, second to none. This is just the best build in terms of value, power, and everything that I've seen, and the time. I thought my base would have taken time. This must have taken even longer. But what an amazing build. BlackDragon, got to put my hat down. This is something definitely respectable and crazy. I'd love to see it in action. It'd be interesting to see how it all works. A little bit suspicious that you would have a lot of issues running this without a lot of finesse to get it working. But again, maybe he just does have that many ammo loaders that you've just compensated for it, because you can see there's a whole other level here with more ammo loaders. So that might be the way it goes, but we'll see. Very crazy build, BlackDragon. Now this one I can share, so I will put it into the file for you. I'm trying to get out of this build and I press give up. I have to wait a couple minutes just to get out because this thing is so big. I've seen a lot of the files for the imports, and guess how big this one is? This one is 10 megabytes, just pure text. That's how big this bad boy is. Crazy. Where you'll find some of the biggest bases we've looked at that will be between 6, 7 at most. So there you go. Another thing just to go, whoa, it'd be another really crazy base to walk around and have a look in and just get a good feel of it. Hopefully we can do some more videos like that down the track. I was considering trying to get like a cheat save where I just have, you know, everything so we can actually go and have a look at these kind of bases. Let me know what you think, if that's a cool idea or not. It's something I was kind of thinking of. That way we can go and have a play and actually get hands-on experience in some of these builds. Just from the content side of it, it would be a bit more interesting possibly. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let's go on to the next base. Okay, this is not a full-on fledged base, but I just wanted to quickly show you. This one was sent to me by Braxo, and he's just very kindly provided us with a platform base where we can build on top of, and just a very nice base to start off with if you are short on time and want to build upon this. Very nice little starting platform here. So yeah, thanks Brax for sending this to me. Once I get a few more of these, I'll probably do another video where we have them all together. Now, I'm a huge fan of these kind of builds. Now, this is one after my own heart. As you know, I love mech builds, and we have a beauty here for you. This one is done by StarSignPisces, and what an incredible build. Look at this. Look at all the mechs at the top here. I love that. And he's got everything you could possibly dream of. This is another incredible build that would have taken a phenomenal amount of time. As we get a whirl around, it's got like a very nice open, what looks like another mech bay. It's going to be interesting to see how many he's been able to squeeze into here, but what a crazy base. So we'll take a little bit of a deep dive here. You can see this is a crazy base, and it's still only valued at 2.4 mil, which is huge still. That's a crazy base. That last one we saw, whew, mind-boggling that last base was in terms of everything. That was just incredible. But this is, look at this. I love how he's got the mechs up here. You can inject them straight off. They'll be so easy to get into and just get away with. Oh, I love it. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mechs here, and if we go down, I kind of think there's a mech bay here somewhere. I could be wrong. There might not be, but oh no, okay, no, it's not a mech bay. It would have been insane if he fitted that in as well. That would have been nuts. Oh, look at this. He's got his little missile silos poking out like that. That actually looks like legit missile silos. I love that we're seeing more of these turret overrides now. If you haven't tried it, you definitely should. They're a bit finicky. It's not that cool, but it is a lot of fun just to try and just completely manually control your whole base. Pretty cool. Only trouble is, again, you really want them like high at the top so you can see everything. And if you could like somehow control certain towers with it, that would be next level. Because if you could just say control the front row of towers with this, then that would be next level. Let me know in the comments if you can. I don't think you can, but what a base. Damn, this is well thought out. Now he's using the really cool trick I love to use where you use your material crates, get an extra height so you can actually get this stacking of your 406 mils, the giant cannons. It looks awesome when you get that, but it's another really symmetrical base, and he's been able to fit in so many mechs up here as well as having a ton of hellfires. Crazy. This kind of base, I'd love to see what kind of level it can get to on infinity mode. Unfortunately, I won't be able to try for myself, but I'm sure we'll be able to get some idea from the legend star himself, who again, thanks for helping me out earlier too with some really cool info. But as we go around this base, it's absolutely incredible. Now it does have like some really nice easy access to the core here, which is just sitting in the back area, and you'll be able to get in there and get away with what you need to do, in and out kind of thing. I like that the back here is open. You can easily get away with open back bases like this because you don't have to worry too much about the behind. At least with a couple hellfires at the back, you got nothing to worry about. I had a lot of problems getting my autoloaders connected to my 406s the way I've done it. So this is nice to see. It's just streamlined, easy, no fuss, just done and done. That's a really efficient way to doing it. You can't really beat that unless you just add some more shell makers. Really like these twin barrels. I've only got a couple so far, and I haven't actually been able to attach them to my base, but I imagine they are brutal. Now I wonder, does anyone find that they're actually using the nuke silos a lot? Let me know in the comments. I haven't found any real good use for them. Same with the missile silos. They great to have and they look awesome, but I haven't found much use for them yet against the hellfires. So it'd be interesting to see if other people are using them a bit differently, or how they're getting that kind of material that you need to use them. Now if we walk into the base here and just have a quick look, so that goes towards the core tower. Let's drop down here, see what's over here as we go through. It looks like, oh, okay, so he's got nice quick access to all the mechs. Love that. You can just walk through here and jump in them. That's pretty well thought out. Don't have to muck around, just in and out. Love it. This would be a fun base to go touring in with all your mates, because you could all just jump in mechs real quick. It'd almost be like one of those old animes or something where they're all almost like a Voltron type deal, but you kind of not at the same time. You know what I mean though? So this is something a bit different this is a bit different. I've never actually seen this kind of technique of using your big ramps to angle the ammo into the center here. That's kind of a cool idea. I never thought of that. That's actually quite a little nice trick there. There is some overlap here, so we could be using the overlap trick. No, you can just attach them straight away. So nice. That's really, really clever. Love learning little things like this, and that's what you get from looking at all these different bases. You learn all these little things you can do, which you might have not thought of. Got a nice array of drones, easy access. If we scroll down and we'll just have a look at, see if he has any kind of crazy belt sim feeding this. Now that's all going to be on the lower level, I imagine, because that's where the hellfires are. We'll just scoot down there. We can see here he's got the very classic pillar build with crates and batteries. Very respectable amount of batteries and material storage, giving it this 9k power and 10k core power. That is a lot. I've been trying to get to that, but with my build it's just no way. And I mean, just getting the amount of stuff you need for it, pretty brutal. But yeah, he's used the very good and pretty much the most efficient way of doing it. Your batteries and your material crate, so no overlapping batteries or anything. He's just been able to squeeze so many in with his build. It's impressive. Very, very nice. So tons of power, tons of material, everything you could possibly want. Oh, look at this. So this is all his, gosh, his hellfires would chew through so much ammo as well, having this many sort of damage amplifiers on it. Damn, that's pretty impressive. But I'm just wondering, where is this belt system that would be feeding this bad boy? If we go one level up, oh, it's over here. Oh, okay, hold on. This is an annoying thing with so much red. It's hard to understand or look at things like easily. Okay, here we are. So let me come down. Let me go up one. Okay, here we are. So we're in the belts. Let's have a look though. Got a nice, very streamlined system where he's just got, say, 3 connected to this one here. And I'm guessing another ammo maker is just on the side here. Yeah, okay. So this ammo maker is feeding these two, but for whatever reason, it isn't reaching this guy. What? That doesn't make sense. Why? Okay, there we go. It does. No, it doesn't. Oh, okay. And he's also got the duplicate ammo feed. Ah, okay. So there's 2 ammo. He's used the overlapping trick to get 2 auto feeders here. And I'm just surprised. I've got to test this myself, but how do they get so much damage amplifiers? Because from my understanding, they chew up more ammo. So you would imagine just having the 3 ammo makers, unless I'm reading this wrong, unless they come from somewhere else and feed into it, that you wouldn't get enough ammo. I could be wrong though, but very interesting little tight compact system here. Now, other than that, the belt system seems to be completely localized to the individual feeders. Now, what we could be looking at though is, okay, there aren't any, we could be looking at multiple loaders on the walls, but there isn't any overlap from what I can see. So interesting. It'd be cool. I'll do some more tests on this because I'm wondering how it actually all works in practice. One thing I don't have the answers to, but I'm sure if you do, let me know in the comments. My understanding is the more damage amplifiers, the more ammo they consume. All they need for that, I think, is a toggle on and off. So you can toggle it off at the early stages of the game and then toggle it on later when you have excess ammo. Otherwise, your belt systems get highly inefficient because it gets fed into like 1 or 2 hellfires at the start. But I mean, that's just what I've experienced when I've chucked on a few damage amplifiers. But outside that, it's a beautifully very thought out base. This would have taken so much time as well. The amount of detail to this and getting it all set together is incredible. Looking at the base floor, we've got some nice overlapping advanced walls. Now this is pretty, you don't have to use any kind of trick for this one. There might be the other, no, it's just as straightforward. So this is a cool thing about the armored walls at the moment. They did reconfigure how they connect to the pins. So with this, you get to overlap them. I really like it. It makes it much easier to actually set up a base like this where you have the complete base floor nice and squared off. For that, it wouldn't actually align properly and you had a lot of trouble trying to actually get it look symmetrical and sort of nice and easy to build with. But yeah, beautiful base, packed in so much here, and I just love the look of it. This would be a lot of fun touring it with all the mechs, and yeah, I might even get an opportunity to do that. We'll see. So looking forward to that. But incredible build, some interesting techniques here, and yeah, awesome job there by StarSignPisces. Thanks for this one. Just quickly before we move on, I just did want to check out his little room down here to see how it all looks, and he's got everything sort of you could possibly want, all nicely well thought out in the center here, so it's just easy to get into the core. Look at that, he's got some nice lights there. Really nice look around, and yeah, very nice little entry here. I definitely do not have the luxury in my base of such a nice space. Mine's much more of a model, so I appreciate these builds where everything is very nicely easily accessible and just looks very nice on the eyes. Now I've got a few more bases I want to cover, but I'm going to save them for the next video just to keep these a little bit shorter. If you have any feedback for me on how you like the format, or if you want me to break down a bit more in the base details, or try contact them and see if we can actually jump in and have a look around their base, get them to explain it to us, let me know. We could do some really cool videos where we get a bit more in detail about these builds. But anyway, if you got anything out of this, please consider liking, subscribing. Thanks everyone who submitted their builds or sent me their builds, and for those that are allowed me to show their builds. Appreciate it. And till next time, I'll do another one of these builds very, very soon. So those other people that sent me theirs, yours will be covered very soon. So thanks very much, everyone. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Peace.